Hi guys, cooking dinner, really simple. Thought you might like to join me. And let me just reposition you just one smidgen so you can see the skillet a little bit better. I have got an onion and a bell pepper just sizzling in a dry skillet. And this is my doTERRA ceramic pan. And it has held up for nearly 2 years now and doesn't have a scratch on it and nothing sticks to it. And I got it off of Amazon and it was around $55. So if you've got a good pan, nothing's gonna stick and you don't need any oil. Occasionally I'll put a little water, and that's why I've always got my kettle here. Well, it's for tea, let's face it, but I've always got water in it. So while I'm cooking, if I need to put a little in, I can. Let me grab a spoon real quick. Something to stir with. I'll use a spatula. And we've been having a lot of rice for dinner because I generally have my potatoes in the air fryer for lunch. And now that I'm doing the veggies for breakfast, I'm having a salad, and sometimes I'll have my oats after that. And so I'm just not having as many potatoes as I used to, and I'm missing my potatoes. And I know my husband misses them when I eat them for lunch, and then I don't have them for dinner. He doesn't get to eat them until his days off. So I want to do something with potatoes tonight. So this is just going to be really, really simple and nothing fancy. You know me, I don't do fancy. So I am just browning these a little bit, letting those onions get kind of translucent. We like them real crisp, the onions and the potatoes real crisp. So I'm not going to cook them a whole lot. And I have got, this is half of a 2-pound bag, so really it's about 1 pound of frozen corn. And I'm going to put some of that in, and not even the whole bag, so maybe half a pound, so about a cup. Let's say about a cup of that frozen corn. Okay, and then I'm going to stick my lid on so that can kind of cook and the corn will defrost. I have got some nice tomatoes from my garden because it's that time of year, right? And I am going to cut these up. And of course you can't see that down here, you can just see my skillet. But I'm going to cut these up and put these in here, because when you've got a lot of tomatoes growing, you need to use them as much as possible, right? And they're really good for us anyway, so we don't have a problem with that. Am I right? I'm going to turn that down to about medium heat. Let that go while we're chatting away. Today is my hubby's birthday, and he is 59 years old. And if you follow me, then you've heard me talk about him a lot. He is British, and he was, you know, just raised and grew up until, you know, his mid-50s on bread and cheese and milk in his tea, and that man could eat a pound of cheese in a sitting. So he has done so well with adopting this lifestyle and just taking in stride anything that I throw at him. If I say, you know what, that's bad for you, and if you want to stick around to take care of me and Rachel, you need to give that up, he will just do it. And you know, I hear so many husbands that don't support their wives' decisions, or wives that don't support their husbands' decisions, and it just makes this lifestyle so much harder when you have a spouse like that. So, you know, I am thankful and grateful for him every day. And today is his birthday, and he is 59 years old. And he was quite a bit overweight there for a little while because he had a job where he was sitting, and now he doesn't. Now he is on his feet and he is walking, and he told me on the phone today he literally walked 31 miles on his job today. So poor thing, it's his birthday and he had overtime and they worked him to death. So so we're gonna have a special dinner for him and make sure he gets his potatoes, because he loves his potatoes. And then for a special treat, we've got some dairy-free ice cream that he'll have tonight. And you know, we don't eat processed foods very often, and yes, I could have done an ice cream, but for a birthday, I think it's okay once in a while. Even Dr. McDougall says, you know, once in a while that cake on your birthday isn't gonna hurt nothing, so long as it's not an every day, every week, or an every month type thing. And look at the colors of that, guys. Isn't that just beautiful? We want to cook by the rainbow and we want all our colors in there, and we just want all of that goodness, because the more colors you have, the more nutrients you have. Now I have got my bowl of potatoes. Sorry if that is not focusing for you. These were cooked in the Instant Pot, and so they're already pre-cooked. So I am just going to slice them up and put those in here with this, what I'm cooking. And I don't know why that is not focusing, and I do apologize for that, but you can hear me talking and it's not going to show you anything you haven't seen, basically just the pan cooking away there. And I am just down here cubing up these potatoes. There we go. Now we got to focus. Just slicing them up, and those are just white potatoes. I guess the I don't even think they're Yukon Gold. I think they're just white potatoes is all it said on the bag. So but you can use red or Yukon Gold or russets. Russets are really inexpensive, so that's what I generally buy. But once in a while, you know, I'll mix it up, have something different. And if you like sweet potatoes, you could even do this with sweet potatoes. And I haven't done it today, but when I make this, generally I will add a little bit of black beans just for some added protein. And because I've already got corn and potatoes in there, I just didn't feel the need to do that today. But if you want to, by all means, you go right ahead. And I have got, looks like 4 of these potatoes that are, you know, just right in my hand size. They're not real big. And that's for our family of 3. And, you know, I am a cook. I'm not a baker. So when you're cooking, cooking is an art form. Baking is a science, but cooking is an art form. That's what Chef AJ says. So don't worry about exacts and how much. You know, if you're cooking for one person, you may not use the same amount of food as I use. So long as you got the ingredients in there, that's what matters. If you're cooking for 4 or 5 or 6, you may have to add more. You may have to add a whole pound of corn and maybe 4 tomatoes, or even a can of tomatoes if you don't have fresh, or, you know, just make it do what you need it to do. And look at how good that looks. And that's just gonna cook, and everything in there isn't gonna take very long to cook. So we're gonna throw some spices in there. And I've started getting organic spices from Thrive Market. And let me show these to you because I'm quite proud. This is, I'm sorry if it's not focusing, 2.24 ounces. Okay, now just for comparison, this is 2.5. Now these cost me $2.99 for this package, and they're organic. And this, of course, it's probably loaded with all kinds of fillers and nonsense, and you know, that might be $1.50 at the grocery. So I'd much rather have the organics, wouldn't you? And I got these from Thrive Market, and I have found that, you know, if you order a certain amount, you get free shipping, and I have more of a variety, more choices with Thrive Market than any of the others that I have found. And so I'm adding some chili powder. I'm just sprinkling that on top. And then I'm gonna add some onion. Normally I'd add garlic, but I forgot to buy the garlic from them when I ordered my onion powder, so I haven't got any of the garlic. But let's see what else I got. I got cumin and cinnamon and paprika, and they're all just in these, and you know, I could put them in my spice jars and make it easier, but I've just been shaking it right out of the little packages, and I don't have a problem with that. That works out just fine. So check them out if you want to invest in some organic spices, because I think the more things that we can find at a reasonable price for organic, the better we are. All right, guys, this is just going to cook with the lid on, so you don't need to see anything else. I'll attach a picture, but there you have it. A nice, simple, filling dinner. And look how long it took us. Start to finish, 12 minutes. All right? Have a good night.